In just a few moments, we will hear Pastor Charles speak about God the Provider as it relates to Genesis 22 and Matthew 10. When I think of God the Provider, I think of things like the source of all life, the great comforter, gently rocking our distraught souls into tranquility. I then further consider the feeling of being grounded, experiencing a stillness in the full knowledge and trust that God is there, taking care of us and showing us the way since the beginning of time. That experience of transcendence is what composer Ola Gjello reached for in his Sunrise Mass. He writes, "I think people naturally and instinctively want to experience transcendence, resolution, and the feeling of redemption, joy, and peace that the resolving of discord can yield." Using sacred text from the ordinary of the Mass, from which our own Protestant liturgy finds its roots, Gjello uses lush orchestral sounds that help us experience dissonance and consonance simultaneously and accept it as a natural part of life and necessary for all positive development and maturation. He ascribes separate titles to these traditional movements. Kyrie, Gloria, Credo, Sanctus, and Agnus Dei become the spheres, sunrise, the city, identity, and the ground. In adding these titles, he reveals a structure outside of the text, a metaphysical journey from the heavens to earth. This transcendental story is expressed through the way in which the music comes across sonically. The movement I would like to share with you today is the last one, the ground. It is different than any other part of the Sunrise Mass, although I encourage you to listen to the whole Mass outside of this service. You can find it on YouTube. Gjello defines it with the terms resolution, release, and relief. The strings in this simple chorale create a warm sonority and double the choir part, giving a sense of unity. I like to think the sounds portrayed evoke the feeling Abraham had when God relieved him of the horrific task of sacrificing his own son. It is in this movement where that sublime tranquility of God's providing presence can be most experienced. Indeed, traveling from beginning to end aurally through Ola Gjello's Sunrise Mass gives one the experience of a full metaphorical journey from the starry heaven to earth, from undifferentiated darkness to solid, warm life, evolving spiritually as a human. Gjello firmly believes his Sunrise Mass is a journey in which the self, having experienced each movement in the work, now has the perspective of understanding to peacefully contain everything it has gone through. As we listen to this movement together, let us reflect and pray on all that we have been through together this last 4 months, all that we and the world are going through now. And focusing on God's guidance and provision along the way, let us experience that transcendental peace that God's presence is delivering to our ears and into our hearts through the beautiful sonorities of Gjello's final Mass movement, the ground.